I'm joined once again by the Victory FC Bantamweight champion, Raufeon Stots, who's going to be defending his title against Arnold Berdon at Victory FC 59 on December 16th. Raufeon, what's going on? How are you?
Pretty good, man. Doing good. Excited to get back in there.
Yeah, I bet. It's been a while since you last fought, and you actually haven't fought since June, and this seems to be like a theme with you and me when we talk about the difficulty getting fights. How tough has it been out there just trying to get a matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. Like, I don't know. Everybody wants to be a fighter, but nobody wants to fight, you know. Fight a tough opponent, and I mean that's just the case right now. But Arnold Berdon or Bird, is that how you say it?
I don't know. I could be completely butchering it. We'll just say Berdon. That it sounds more accurate than what I said. Whatever I tried to do.
Okay. So he stepped up. I mean, he stepped up. You know, he's a game opponent and ready to bang. So I'm excited.
Were you ever contacted at all about being on the Contender Series? Because I think a lot of people were surprised not to see you on there.
Yeah, well, I was. There wasn't like direct talks, but there were talks of me doing it. But they wanted me to get a fight, they didn't want me coming off loss and going into the Contender Series. From what I heard, or from what I was told, or whatever. But
yeah, I know it doesn't look good. I know that sometimes they have let guys on, like your teammate, for example, Cameron Olsen. He had a loss and he still was able to get on. So I found that a little strange that a guy like yourself, 8-1 record, is not getting a call for the Contender Series. It just seemed a little bit odd to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I think that was one of the goals, but it just didn't pan out, I guess. But other things.
Let's quickly talk about your last fight. 15 seconds. You can't really learn much from it. I'm just assuming you got caught. There isn't really much you can take off from it.
Well, I actually learned a lot. I actually learned. I felt like myself. I felt like I was stepping down in competition to fight Marab. And that was a mistake on my part. I learned that. It wasn't very many technical things, but I did learn a technical thing that I was able to fix. I learned that I'm not invincible. So that's even more reason for me to train and be ready, and also to be ready like from bell to bell. I came out there, kind of knowing I was the better fighter, and I think that got the best of me. Coming out there knowing I was a better fighter, and I was gonna eventually win the fight. Like I was gonna eventually finish him. I was gonna eventually, instead of being ready from the bell, being ready to take a punch, being ready to for whatever he was doing. I was just kind of going through the motions. I got to a point where I feel like I was underestimating my opponent when I can never do that. And I learned a lesson. And I'm glad I learned it now, instead of learning it later on. So, you always learn more in your losses than in your in wins, or you want to be able to learn more in your losses than your wins. And I'm also, what was I finna say? I'm grateful that I get to prove, that I can fight adversity. I can. Like a loss is not really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna define me. You know what I mean? And I'm able to come back and come back strong and show people that I'm still here. I'm still a threat, and I'm still just as dangerous as I've always been.
Now let's talk about your opponent here, Arnold Berdon, 6-1. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
I think I match up pretty good. I think he's a all around fighter. There's not really anything that I see that he's like I'm just gonna attack. So he's an all around fighter. I'm an all around fighter. I believe I'm better than him everywhere. Just like he probably believes he's better than me everywhere. And I'm just gonna go out there and show why. And I'm definitely not gonna underestimate him. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna come out on top, come out with a finish.
And I know for this training camp, one of the guys you've been working with is a guy I know quite well up here in Canada, and that is John Makdessi. How nice has it been being able to train with him?
Yeah, man, he's a cool dude, man. He's a Canadian, and he's really good too, because he's a guy that he's all about mindset, and he's like giving me tidbits of what do you call them? Like nuggets.
Yeah, nuggets
of wisdom.
Knowledge,
exactly. Because he's been around fighting for a long time. So it's good to work with a guy like that, and also with his unique style of striking, his karate style of striking. It's awesome for me to get rounds in with him and and me wrestling with him because he has an opponent, Abel Trujillo, that is gonna wrestle. I'm assuming he's gonna wrestle heavy. You know, he's throws hooks and wrestle heavy. So we're able to, kind of feed ideas off of each other and make each other better. You know, push each other. Make each other better. I'm glad he's a part of the team, man. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And who are some of the other guys you've been working with? Just the usual cast of characters, Emmanuel Sanchez, guys like that?
Emmanuel Sanchez, the Beast, Chico Camus, he's fighting for the LFA title here in December 16th or December 15th, the day before. Then we got Sergio Pettis, who's fighting December 2nd. Then we got a bunch of tough amateurs and also pros. We got Brian Batista has been getting some good rounds in. Christian Rodriguez, Nate Jennerman, and David Evans. He's been a part of the team. He came up from Tyron Woodley's gym. He just competed in the amateur world tournament and actually placed bronze. So yeah, we got a lot of awesome people. And Eric Koch, just amazing cast, as usual.
Yeah, no, for sure. Always a star-studded.
Oh, Ode Osborne. Let me not forget Ode.
Yeah, okay. Great. I love getting those plugs out there. December 16th, how do you see this fight ending?
Man, I see this fight ending in I want to try to break this guy, man. He's a tough dude, man. But I mean, I feel like if I can break him, I can break anybody in the world. So, I want to try to break him. I'm thinking I'm gonna end it with a I want to get a knockout, but I think I'm gonna end up breaking him in on the ground, So I see it finishing in an arm bar.
I know you're not looking past your opponent because we just talked about that. You're focused eye on the prize. But after this, I mean, it's got to be the UFC or going on the Contender Series. I imagine after this, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm in a spot where I can. It could be after this fight, I could go up to the UFC, and start my tear, or it could be after a fight or two. I think I'm at the spot now where I'm all I gotta do is perform and I'm there, So that's kind of where I see it, It's only a matter of time. I mean, it's hopefully sooner than later, but it's only a matter of time. I'm right there. I just gotta push through that barrier.
And that barrier is Victory FC 59. It's coming up here December 16th, live on UFC Fight Pass. Raufeon, it's always great catching up with you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shoutouts, the floor is yours, sir.
I like to plug my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me at Raufeon Stots. And the sponsors I would like to thank are I would like to thank BB Roofing, Jay Kurtz Painting, Downtown Omaha Massage, and am I forgetting? Brothers Moving and Storage. Took me a while, man. I gotta get it back.
Yeah, for sure.